So this video is sponsored by Onibi, an indie studio based out of Europe. They're working on a game called Tomo Endless Blue. While it is sponsored, I have been given all the standard protocols to just do what I do and be honest and candid. And I was reading the brief, and this trailer features an original song composed by Cecile Corbel, who composed for Arrietty, a Studio Ghibli movie, and is sung by Ai Higuchi, who has sung on Attack on Titan. And so now I'm like, what's going on here? Tomo Endless Blue is a PC console open world action adventure RPG. They say that it's a combination of Pokemon monster taming and Minecraft sandbox exploration, and with like the style of Genshin Impact and Studio Ghibli. So I'm intrigued. Let's dive into this trailer. I'm genuinely curious. I will give you my unfiltered thoughts and feelings on the music. Okay, holy anime. I mean, listen to how we start this piece. The chant with the percussion underneath. Just beautiful chords. I mean, like, it's so satisfying because we get this unveil of this island. We get this proclaimed, enunciated arrival sound of viewing this gorgeous vista, right? And I find that really palpable. It feels very like, whoa, what are we stepping into? And then we see this huge whale. Really cool chant. But I find the shift really interesting because then it goes into like anime opening, but it's really tender, isn't it? It's very gentle. It's very like da-dee-da-da. It just arrives right away without punching you in the face. It has this feeling of like presence, you know. It's very light on its it's kind of like it has that power of friendship energy to it. So these pendants, that's how they capture the things. Daiko, like daikon. Uh-oh. It really is the power of friendship. That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. So this is interesting. So a couple different things. First of all, that is so beautiful because we see our friends helping each other, right? We see the support system. We see them coming together. And the music really, in that case, indicates to us like, hey, let's make sure that we're protecting each other. Let's make sure that we're keeping each other safe. Daiko here, this little nugget comes in and, you know, we're protecting him and he's also helping us. So it is the power of friendship. I mean, classic anime trope, right? But then on top of that, what's really cool about the gameplay mechanics. And again, this is sponsored, but this is totally like my opinions and stuff, which I really appreciate. You know, I'm not crazy about sandbox exploration games, but they all kind of have charm. And I think it's been pretty cool to see how many of them are popping up. And I think that there's a lot of potential in this, especially because it mixes exploration with building and it feels very, I don't know, just very bright and anime laden. But so this is neat because this showcases the building here. But then here too, we actually get ourselves a little bit of a top-down situation. I don't know if this is in-game, that would be insane, but we get ourselves a little top-down experience here. And it looks like we're able to manipulate the environment in order to like actually win against these big monsters, which is really cool. See, like building up. That's kind of fun. So we capture Ember Dawn, okay. You know, vocally, it's also really cool because she goes, Voka keka. It's all about like building up, and really the imagery works so well because it really feels like it's building up the family mechanic or the feeling of navigating a new place with people that care about you. It's a very tender song that could be perceived as superficial, but again, with like the most amazing thing to me about music is that we have all these little ways vocally. Obviously, we're using bass and percussion and piano to highlight tenderness and to highlight emotion, what it means to be in an environment with people you care about. Like even taking it a step above beyond the game, like there is something here that is just so warm. And I think part of it is the vocalization. Obviously, it's the way it's composed. There's an inherent feeling of lightness in this and tenderness. And even though they're facing challenges and stuff, when we do get some of that, as we saw with them fighting the fire monster here, we do also get that sense of like, hey, I got you. It's nice. I think it's very on the nose, and I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing. I think that being on the nose sometimes is actually totally appropriate because it doesn't need to be like a complex, like oh, I need to contemplate my existence and stuff. No, it can also just be nice. And in this particular case, it feels really simple and it's pleasant. Oh, I love this chant. Hey, yo, what? 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 What the what? Hold on. What the What just happened? What? That was okay. It was so like power. What? Hold on. First of all, I really like the la-las. But okay, so she goes to protect her like partner in this, and then all of a sudden, her arm just gets cut off. Oh my god! What? Dude, I was not expecting that at all. That is wild. What? All right, so okay, so maybe it won't just be like a typical sandbox exploration game. There's some degree of messed upness in here. Okay. And notice how vocally we also land on this sort of sustain where it leaves us with a sense of questioning, like what did I just see, you know? And then it just kind of fades away. I mean, it's so like good, cool vibes. And then it kind of just is like a surprise, motherfucker, you know, like let's change it up. And interestingly enough, the one thing I wanted to say that I think is really cool about this whole project is that this team, this new indie studios, literally got folks from World of Warcraft, GTA, Fortnite, Fall Guys, League of Legends, Assassin's Creed, FIFA, Baldur's Gate 3, and like a bunch of others. So I mean, like there's literally like a ton of time that these people have been making games, and then it's literally decades when you combine everybody that's working on this project. It's kind of interesting because Onibi is a studio of lifelong anime fans exploring how games can convey the emotional impact of animated storytelling, just like the first time we watched our favorite anime. So it's pretty interesting because, as you know, and as I know, and I'm starting to know, anime is very multifaceted. I don't know, I'm like low-key kind of crazy about this. This is really exciting to me. All that to say, like, I'm kind of shocked. So I'm curious to see more. I mean, there's going to be more about this, and while I'm not like super crazy about these kinds of games like that's definitely something I would hop on and check out. So yeah, I'll keep you posted on it more here. Thanks a ton, and I'll see you later.